you a good person. Forgiving someone that have hurt you is not going to make you a good person, but it's going to make you be free. It's going to make you free from the body and the stress. Hi, lovelies. Thanks for joining me on the live video again. If you're a new being or you just watching my video for the first time, thank you. And if you're watching this video on replay, thanks for watching it. So we'll be kicking off right now. So the topic of today's video is going to be why you should forgive, the reasons behind the reason why you should forgive people that have hurt you. This is not how to forgive people that hurted you in the past or still hurting you. No, this is why you should forgive. My own opinion, my own way of seeing it, and I'm not opposing it on you or forcing you, so we'll be diving deep into that as the video continue. I'll be giving you 5 reasons why you should forgive. 1, forgiveness is not going to make you a good person. Sometimes we want to forgive just because we don't want to be seen as a bad person, especially when it comes to the religion's part. We want to forgive maybe because it's written in the Bible or because we belong to one religion to another. That we just have to forgive, even if that's really opposing to how we really feel. We just want to forgive. And trust me, that kind of forgiveness is not genuine forgiveness. It's not really coming out from your heart. You're just doing it purposely for you to show as a good person, for you to appear as you're respecting what you've read on your whatever you've read it, or hi, thank you for joining, or the part of group or religions that you believe on. This really works part on religion side, that you have to just forgive, you just have to forgive, but it does not work that way, because if you do it like that, for me, my opinion is that that is not genuine. You're not just forgiving that person, but you just want to do it outwardly for people to see that you're a good person, or you want to represent the image of a good person. But forgiving someone is not actually going to make you a good person. Outwardly, in the presence of other people, it might be, but inwardly you've not really forgive that person, and you've not really forgive that person, and it's not genuinely. The hurt is still there, the pain is still there. So, but by you forgiving the person without thinking that it's going to make you a good person, or forgiving that person genuinely, it's just going to make you free. So this is one of the reasons. Don't forgive because you want to be seen as a good person or represent your part of religions of what you've seen or read on your religions book, because you want to represent that thing or fulfill the saying of whatever you read. But by you forgiving genuinely from your heart, is going to make you free. So 2 said, oh, sorry for that. Forgiveness does not need you to forget. There's a saying that said, forgive and forget. Just forgive and forget. That saying that said, just forgive and forget. I think some people that said that, they are really not aware of what they are saying, and they are really not they are really not aware of what they're saying, because if someone really hurt you, they have not been really hurted. Someone that has really been hurted is is so like, it's insane to say such words to that person, to say just forgive and forget. Like, it's not normal, and no one is forcing you to say to forgive and forget, because we are humans. It's impossible for you to forget the past. I know I do emphasize a lot on my videos to say that we should stop living in the past and live in the present, because the past is in the past. The past is God. We should just focus on this present moment, and we go. But the past is here. The past is there. Things happen. Someone altered. It's just something that you can't forget, because it was an event. Something happened. But the past is there. You can't forget it, but you can forgive. So when someone say forgive and forget, or you're so scared to forgive because you don't want to forget the drama or the issues that happened, it's not that they are opposing it, or you just, maybe sometimes those people does not really knows where they said what they could say at that time. Is not really, I don't think it's possible to forget, but it's possible to forgive. And if you forgive, there are times that those emotions, you can remember what happened at that time. Maybe when it's not maybe when you really forgive genuinely, it would hurt you the way it will hurt you or break you down when you refuse to forgive and drop down the burden. Sometimes some people might hurt you in different way that it might lead to murder or whatever. And sometimes those emotions will come that you have to tear up, you have to release emotion. There's nothing bad of that, or there's nothing bad of you remembering, of not forgetting. Like, it's not that someone is going to just take you and remove all the bad remove all the issues that you've had in the past. That is not really possible. But if you can forget, if you sorry if excuse me if you can forgive, when you remember about that past, it will hurt you or trigger you the way it will be if you don't forgive. So the next one said, forgiveness does not mean you have to get close with that person or make up with that person. Most of the time we think that you forgiving someone, it's by getting close back to that person, especially when the religious people have really mispreached the Bible, mispreach the Bible, or mispreach this word. Then we just, like, it's just misleading that we think different thing in our head, because some people thought or think that by you forgiving, this is the reason why you've refused to forgive that person, because you don't want to get close to that person again. You don't want to make up with that person again. Maybe you don't want to talk to that person again. You want to stay far from that person. But they really mispreached or quoted the verses or the Bibles that said you have to make up or you have to get close to that person just to show that you've really forgive those people. It's a big lie. It's a fat lie. It's not true. Forgiving someone does not mean that you have to go back to those people and make up or start friendship again, or the relationship, because they've hurt you. This is the reason why most people are so scared to forgive, because they feel as if they don't want to go back to that place that they're coming from. They are so happy to be free from that person or set free from that bondage, and now you're telling me forgiving that person, I'm going to go make up with that person, make up with that person or get close to that person again, so there's no need of forgiving. No, it's a big fat lie. You forgiving someone does not mean that you have to go make up with that person. I used to have this in my head: people that have wronged me, people that have hurt me, I'll still go and apologize. Where, because I've had those thoughts in my head, especially when I was really, really that religious. I've had those thoughts in my head that I have to forgive. When I forgive, I have to continue the relationship. So I have to call them, talk to them, tell them that I'm sorry for what I don't even know that I did, and they wronged me. Tell them that I'm sorry so that we can continue the relationship, which was not fair, but that was how I thought it works, because that was how I've been preached to, that we just have to be in peace, live in harmony, and forgive people. Which was a very fast big lie, because these people actually was not the kind of people that I want to see around, I want to live around, I want to get close to. But because they've inserted those thoughts in my head that I have to forgive and reconcile with those people, so I have to go close back to those people. So I have to call and apologize even for something that I didn't do wrong, and try to just like figure out the relationship so that we can be at peace and move on, which is not possible. It's not a perfect decision. You can forgive people without getting close to them or making up with those people. They can be in their own parts of life, and you can be in your own part of life, but you forgive with them and you release those emotions and release those bodies. So guys, today I don't know what my camera is like. The camera has refused to stay. I'm using one hand to try to hold the mic, hold my book, and the camera has refused to stay. So the next one said, when you forgive someone that hurt you, does not mean you have to take responsibility on what happened. Instead, you caused in the sense that you caused why the person hurt you. So this one also replies to me that you forgiving someone that hurt you does not mean that you have to take responsibility on that issue. Yes, sometimes yes, most of the time, or when you're forgiving this person, or you say I take responsible and I forgive this person and I let go, does not mean that you provoke this person into anger on hurting you. It does not mean that you caused the issue or you make this person purposely to hurt you, because we get it wrong in thinking that by me forgiving this person, it's just that by me forgiving this person and taking responsibility, it's just like maybe I forced this person, I caused this person to hurt me, I caused this person to did this thing that they did to me, maybe I provoked this person, maybe someone eat you. You might think maybe I provoked this person to eat me. No, everyone have their own emotions and their own issues. By someone eating you, is not because you provoke that person. It might just be the issue that that person have, then they are releasing it on you. So when someone say forgive, I forgive you and I take responsible, does not mean you're taking responsibility in the sense of that you were the one that caused that person to hurt you or did something bad to you or did something bad to you. So don't be scared to forgive and say that take responsibility. At the same time, don't take responsibility because you feel as if you were the cause or you caused that person to did what they did to you, to hurt you or harm you. But don't feel so scared to forgive the person and let go by not forgetting or think that they are opposing this forgiveness or you that is a must, like must that you have to forgive this person. So the next one goes by, the only way to let go of some people is to forgive. Yes, it's a fact. Thank you for joining again. It's a fact. The only way for letting some people go, it's just to forgive them. Sometimes we drag people alongside with us to our life journey, even to the future, without even knowing. And you ask yourself, why do I keep thinking about this person? Why do I keep hurting about this past, about what this person did to me, how this person hurted me? It's just because you refused to. It's not that you want to take that person alongside with your life journey. For example, if something terrible happened to you when you were 15 or when you were 16 or 12. I wanted to use a word, but for the female side, but I really don't want to use that word. Something happened and you refuse to forgive, and now maybe you're 30, you're married, you have kids, but you still have that person. Like that, the word of that person is still reflecting. You see hungry, you see upset with that person. Maybe you've decided not to forgive that person, or you've wanted to forgive that person, but you don't know how to forgive that person, or you want to let go of this person. You just said, I want to stop thinking about this person, I want to stop thinking about this event all through this your life. It's because you've not forgive this person. If you forgive this person, is not me does not mean that you're making this, you're getting free of you're you are, oh, what's the best word you're making this person free. No, you're making yourself free so that you can have peace. You forgive this person, you can let this person go, not that you will forget as totally about what happened, but when you think about that issue, you would be triggered the way you will be triggered when you've not forgive this person. When you've not forgive someone, let me tell you how they can trigger you. When you've not forgive someone and that person really hurted you, and when you think about that issue or the event, what happened, you be like observe how you feel, the emotions that comes out, the way you like the way your emotions change. Sometimes you might be so angry, so upset that you release those emotions on people around you. You might release those emotions on your wife or your kids or your husband or friends just because the way you're feeling at that time. Why? Because of the past hurt that you just remembered, and it makes you so feel so bad. And that emotion, you have to release them, and that emotion, you going to release them on someone close to you. Maybe by chatting, being upset, or you just want to be a little depressed for that time, whatever. But when you forgive this person, does not make me you're making this you're making this person free. But it's just that when you remember, because you can't forget. But when you remember, you don't get triggered or so upset when you don't forgive this person. I think I've said this exact word thousands of times. Yes, my camera have refused to stay. So when you forgive, you get to let these people go without just dragging them alongside with life. This happened maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or even perhaps yesterday someone hurted you so badly that the person, it's so horrible that I don't want to keep on thinking about this issue or having this issue or making me feel or allow myself to be disturbed or emotional deranged by this person. This person is so horrible to take alongside with my life journey. So I have to forgive, which I'm not opposing or forcing you. I have to forgive so that I can let this person go and I can feel my own self and be with myself and live in this present moment, which I've taught about on my channel. So the last one said, most of us refuse to forgive because we don't want to look on our wound. When you refuse to forgive, the reason is not that you don't want to forgive. You want to forgive, but there are some wound and some past and some past that you don't want to look back on. Someone might hurt you so deeply that you're so scared. You are so scared to look back on that past, talk less of forgiving. An injury, if for example you like maybe you injured your hand or you cut one of your finger while cooking or doing something, and you refuse to bandage it or put some medicine or whatever, and it keeps bleeding, the wound won't heal. You just be carrying this hand wherever you are going, and eventually it might get infected with infection because you refuse to heal the hand and you just neglected it. Why? Because you're so scared that, oh, my hand is bleeding, my hand is bleeding, I'm so scared to put any medicine or bandage it or whatever. This is what happens when you refuse to forgive, not because you don't want to forgive, because the past is so dark, and the art is so like it's so deep that you're so scared to look back to it or even figure it out, to think, okay, how can I forgive this person so that I can be free and heal. So I'll tell you, for you to be free, so you don't get affected or affect other people with those past, is by looking back to those wounds and try to heal them. Looking back to those wounds, looking back to those past, try to figure out what happened, not by you taking responsibility to say you caused it, but look back. Summon the courage to look back to those wounds so that they will stop bleeding. Because if you don't look back to those wounds and bandage them or put some medicine, it will keep it will be bleeding, it will keep bleeding, and it will get infected. For you not to get infected or harm other people with that hurt that you got from someone in the past, look back to that situation, look back to the issue, and try to figure it out and forgive the person. As I repeat, I'm not opposing it on you or telling you it's by force, and try to figure it out and forgive the person so that your wound can heal and you can move on. Because if you refuse to heal this wound and you keep on going like that because you're so scared to look back at the wound or the issue or that place or the past, your wound will be infected. And when your wound is infected, you're going to harm other people emotionally, physically, consciously, and unconsciously with those hurts. And you're going to regret. And let me tell you, also, the wicked shall not go unjustice. There is karma. Karma is real. Some people does not even have conscience. Understand? Some people does not have conscience. Forgiving someone does not mean that they will realize they hurted you and comes to apologize to you. No. Some people have sold their conscience or left their conscience 2,000 years ago. It's just for you to be free. And forgiving someone does not mean you have to forget. It's for you to be free and let go of the burden and the stress of like taking the stress, the energy to say, I'm not going to forgive, I refuse to forgive. And forgiving is not something that you have to do in a rush. Don't think because someone said you right now, you just have to forgive to make you be feel as a good person. No, you have to do that at your own space and at your own time. Don't allow anyone to force you to forgive someone. Do it at your own space and your own time when you think you are ready. Do you know we all get to a stage in our life that we think I'm fed up, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm giving up. I just have to forgive this person so that I can have peace. Sometimes you might get to that stage and you do it. Sometimes you might not get to that stage, but don't be forced or pursued that you have to do it. Allow it to come out from your mind that you want to forgive this person so that you can let go of this bondage so that your wound can heal. So I'll be rounding up this video now by saying that forgiving someone does not mean you're doing that person good, or it will make them realize that they hurted you or they did you something wrong. Forgiving someone does not mean that it's going to make them realize that they hurted you or did you something wrong. No. You forgiving someone does not mean that. It's a big fat no that you forgiving someone make this person realize that they hurted you. That's why I said some people conscience have been sold since 2,000 years ago. Like some people does not even have conscience. They just do anything they like to hurt other people. And by you forgiving someone and thinking that that person will get to realize and come and apologize, I don't think it's possible. Sometimes it works, but I don't think it's possible. And leave that for karma. And leave that, as the Bible said, the wicked shall not go unjustice. Karma will always, always come for those people. And don't forget, the wicked shall never go unjustice. If you think you feel comfortable hurting other people, justice will always come for you. And you that is forgiving, don't be worried because justice will come for those people. But your part is to forgive so that you can be free. But for you to have peace with yourself and to stop dragging them along with you, you have to forgive, but at the same time, at your own space, at your own time. I'm not opposing it on you. But for you to be free and live in the present moment and with peace with yourself, you have to forgive, as I've given you listed why you should forgive but not opposed. So lovely, thank you for joining me and thank you for watching this video to this time. If you've watched this video to this time, I really appreciate it and love you, and thanks for supporting my channel and also always watching my video. Thank you so much. See you again tomorrow, and don't forget that I love you. Stay blessed.